Hi everyone, in today's video we will see how to create an issue in Jira. In last session we saw some of the issues were created from backlog and pushed to the sprint. Now we will create a new issue and push it to the sprint. So in order to create an issue we have to click the create button, and when we click on this button a window opens to create an issue. We will see each fields and how to create an issue. First of all, we are going to select an issue type. In our previous video, we saw some of the issue types. We saw about epic, we saw about story, we saw about task, and we saw about bugs. So what is an epic we discussed in the previous session, and also like story also. In Epic, it is nothing but when you're going to create, for example, when you're going to create a login for a page, or when you're going to create a payment method for a e-commerce site. So that payment method is called Epic, and stories are nothing but features. What all the features we can add? Like the payment methods may include credit card, debit card feature, or like cash on delivery. So these are all could be clubbed together inside the story. And what is task? Tasks are nothing but which is like we can say like a configurations done to the development stories. And each of these issue types will also have a subtask. So that things we can add like when we work on a particular epic or story to split up like what are the tasks we have to complete in order to complete the story. So these things we can add it. And coming into bug, like if any user like for example a tester facing some issues with the developed story or epic, he can raise a bug. So that is the task, that is the issue type for bug, and this also can have a subtask. We have a specific feature in Jira, like sometimes we don't want to add a subtask. It is like an admin control, like they can manage or delete subtask, or they if the project owner doesn't need any subtask, he can like deny the permission of creating the subtask. So next field which we are going to see about the issue is like status, like what all the status are available inside the issues. First to see like in the issue we see like to do status, like whenever you see in the Jira board like we saw in the active sprint, right? So in that we will see the status like to do is nothing but to start, and the next status when you done some task. This is applicable for all the issue types which we are seeing now. When the to do task is completed, for example like if I'm selecting story, okay, when the to do task is completed then we move the status to in progress, and then we move it to done. So this and all like it is a default status available in Jira. We never configured anything new status. We can also create a workflow like this. This is like workflow, like for example for a bug it will be like an open stage and then assigned, and then it will be like moved to tester for retest, like testing phase, like it is covered under development fixed, they will move it to fixed, and then it will be moved to testing side. So that type of statuses are there, so that we can remake it. First the bug will be in open stage, like instead of to do, then it will be assigned to some person like developers, then they will work on it, like it is like a coding stage. Like the developers can have options like deferred, like if the bug is duplicate, like it is not deferred in the sense like it cannot be delivered in the current sprint, like that. And duplicate in the sense if the bug is a duplicate bug, and if the bug is like not as per like it is not a bug, they can reject the bug. So like that. And if that it is a real bug, they'll proceed on to development. After they proceed with the development, they will move to fixed in the sense it is ready for testing. Next status will be like verification status done by, like if the user, like if a tester takes the task, then you will move the task to verifying status. Then after the thing is done, like the tester will move it to closed, or it will be like they will move to assigned, like they will reopen the bug because the bug is not fixed. Again it will follow the same process, like the developer will move to fixed, and it will be moved to verification status when the test is testing, and if it is checked and everything holds good, they will move to done. So these are the things we found in status. Next thing we are going to see is summary, like what is the description of the ticket. For example, when you are going to create a login page, for example credit card payment, so that one we can add. Since this is a story, I'm creating a credit card payment. That is the method I'm going to adopt, so that one I'm adding it. Then, like if the issue has any parent, for example I told, right, epic, like we have already created some epics that we can tag it as a parent to this task. We can select it. Next thing is components. For this there is no components in the sense like what are the things that are available in the web page or something like as components. For example, this create button is a component, cancel, like this description feature is a component. That one we can add. As of now there is no components we have created, so it's not there. Then description is like what are the acceptance criteria. Acceptance criteria means like what are the things to be done in order to complete this story. Like for example, when a user tries, like when the payment method is completed, it may need to ask something like description, like it needs to have, like after completion of payment, we need to show the status of payment, show the status of payment. So like this we can give. So these things are we can give, like these are the acceptance criteria, what are the things to be accepted or something like that. And if anything configurations has to be done, it can be given in the description for people to understand what they have to work on. Next thing is fixed version. We know like all the things are going in sprints, and we'll be releasing the all the softwares developed, all the components or something developed in a software with a particular release version. Based on this only, like we can, like sometimes when we raise a bug, we can what to do, like for example we can see, this is the, I expanded the thing. So in that scenario we have to have a fixed version so that we can update, like when we go for release, that version we can update it here. As of now there is no release version created. I will create a release and I will update release version when I was going to other videos. Next thing is priority of the task. Like we have so much of task, right? So in one thing, like what is the priority the user has to do. For example, if the user has two tasks, like one is medium, one is high, so in that he can select an option like which one to complete first. So this is called priority here. So I'm selecting high. Next, team, like if any team has to work, like it is assigned to one particular person or any team, that team you have to choose it. Like since this is project work, I have already, like we can also create a new team, and this is the default team which we have created. That team I'm selecting it. Then labels are nothing but tags. Like if you are adding some tags, it is useful in searching the particular issue. For example, you can have test like that, tst enter. If you give it, the tags will be added. Like, and also you can have like new release like that. If you give some tag, it will be like useful. It should not have spaces, that we need to understand. Like it should have only we can have as a new feature without space. So like this we can add a tags. And anything attachments which needs to be done. For example, these attachments, like this is not like initially we need to add. For example, when you need to know the user, like For example, to create a story, something they need documents that we can attach, or else if the user completes and gives some like screenshot of completion, for example, for a bug story, they need to attach screenshot like that bug has been fixed or not. That could be added here. So like this, both ways we can add while creating task, or else we can add, like we can browse from our system, we can add, or else from other like drop files or something like that we can add. Then linked issues. Linked issues are nothing but like if this particular issue, for example, it blocks. What is blocks? Like for example, if I'm doing a task, there is another task which is blocking it. First, that task to be updated. Or else what is blocks here is this issue is blocking something. Is blocked by in the sense like it is blocked by some other issues, some other task. So that one will give it here. Then clones, like it clones some other issue. Like we can also create a clone of the issue. We create a issue now, so that things can be cloned to another issues. And this issue is cloned by this issue is cloned by some other like from some other issue we cloned and created. And duplicates, like this issue, anything like duplicates or not are duplicated by, for example, bug story we told, right? They reject like duplicate, so they can tag like duplicates or not, something like that. Relates to in the sense like this issue, like for example payment methods we are saying, right? Like credit card payment, cash payment, they are all both related, right? That things we can, that issues we can add. So that issue we have to select, like which issue or something that we have to select. Blocks or something cloned by, something like that. Then automatic, it is assigned automatic to me. Like we can also assign automatic like this, or unassigned one user is there. So that one we can assign. Next is sprint. Which sprint we are going to update this issue. So that is the thing. And these are the things which you are going to do. So currently the sprint active is this thing. So that is the only thing I'm selecting. And this option, like you can create as many issues. If you check after creating it, like it will create another similar type of this empty fields. All the fields will be empty. You can create another issue. So if you're not checking it, so it will not create new one. So that's it. So I'm creating with this checkbox enable create. So now you see like one more the issue has been created. Oh, summary we didn't create. Yeah, so that's the reason. Okay, so this is another issue. Yeah, so it is creating multiple issues now because of this checkbox. If I'm not giving this like credit card payment one, I think it will be created more credit card payment. I create, now the box will close. We see right now in the active sprint, since we selected the sprint in the screen, like the issues which we created, like credit card payment. See, credit card payment, credit card, two things we created, duplicated, right? With the checkbox that all the things have come. And when we open this issue, we see all the details, like what are the things like which we have. And we in this issue also, we can add many features that we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.